I asked 5 audiophile YouTube reviewers which headphones they personally use for competitive gaming. Getting audiophiles to agree on pretty much anything is next to impossible, which makes the answers to today's question all the more hilarious. Headphones can get really expensive, and watching some of the content around them can leave you wondering, like, do I really need $500 or $1,000 headphones just to get better at games? And the answer is, of course not. The most surprising release I've seen over the past year came in the form of the Sennheiser and Drop collab, the PC38X. It does have a mic permanently attached, but nonetheless, this is still one of the best headphones for gaming. The mic sounds really good, even plugged directly into the motherboard. The headphones themselves are really easy to drive, so you don't need like a fancy DAC amp setup to take care of them, and the overall tonal balance on these things is great. It has just the right amount of bass to create immersion, but not enough to distract you from some of the stuff you'll be listening for in a competitive setting. The imaging or in-game directional awareness here is great, more so than the 6XX or the HD58X, where you normally have just a left, a right, and then a center. This gives you a full 360, and you even get an understanding of verticality or whether somebody is above or below you. The soundstage here isn't crazy wide, but these are open back, so it does lend itself to a wider feeling in-game. The yellow design turned a lot of people off, so Drop has partnered with EPOS, formerly Sennheiser's gaming division, to do an all-black version that's on sale now and should be shipping out very soon. At a regular price of $169, it's still pretty pricey, but the headphone that I've really taken a liking to in the time that I've had it here on loan is the Sennheiser HD800S. This thing is very light, and everything about it is designed for extreme comfort when you're wearing it for long periods of time. It has an insanely unflinching high end, which I don't really like for music, but makes it almost ideal for competitive gaming. It also has one of the widest sound stages I've ever heard in a headphone, period, which makes it feel like I have cheat codes on most maps. The downside, this headphone normally retails for a mind-boggling $1,600 US. I do reviews for a living, and I don't even own one of these. I think it's endgame, but pro players just seem to use random gear or whatever's provided by their sponsor, which really made me start to ask, am I crazy? Have I been doing this so long that I've completely lost the plot? So I wanted to know what other audiophiles were using and recommending, so to help answer this, let's check in first with DMS.
Thanks, Brian. So the one that I have is my pick for a headphone with any budget for gaming. If you're just gonna go through the roof, HD800S. Absolutely, there's not a headphone out there that compares to this one in terms of soundstage and imaging. If you just want the most accurate imaging possible, imaging meaning the directions that sounds are coming from and the biggest, widest sound you can get, the 800S has been a staple for that for, gosh, as long as I can remember. Now, of course, not everyone wants to spend this kind of money on a headphone, so the budget pick would definitely be this one, which is the Sennheiser and Drop PC38X. It is absolutely fantastic for its money. It's super comfortable. It has great bass extension, meaning that the sub bass goes very deep without being overly boosted. It also has a great soundstage and directional imaging, making it both immersive and extremely accurate. Myself and several other reviewers that have all used this headphone pretty much all agree that for gaming, man, this thing is just fantastic for its price. And since it has a built-in microphone, I use it all the time. So those are my two picks. Within the sky is the budget. The HD800S is definitely the choice. And otherwise, PC38X is pretty much right up there next to it for way less money. Now to Joshua Valor, who's definitely not going to copy my idea.
All right, look, man, you're just lucky you got to go first, okay? Okay. Yes, I am going to copy it. I'm going to add some texture to what he said because basically I like these headphones for exactly the same reason that he likes these headphones. This is my pair of PC38Xs. I've been using this specific pair since actually before they came out. I was lucky to get a early reviewer unit, and I've put more hours onto this headphone than any other headphone in the past year. One of the reasons why I like this headphone so much is that it's not just a top tier gaming headphone for the price, but it's actually just a top tier headphone in general for the price. Now this headphone has one feature that makes it stand out above the rest, and that's the fact that most gaming headphones make really bad music headphones. That is not the case with this. This is not only one of the best gaming headphones for the money, but it's actually just one of the best headphones for the money in general, which really makes this thing special to me. Now, Sennheiser HD800S. If you want to go balls to the wall with an unlimited budget just for the best possible gaming headphone, that is going to be it. But I do want to bring up a quick caveat to that headphone. Unlike the 38X, which makes a great headphone for music and gaming alike, I would only really recommend the 800S for gaming. When it comes to purchasing that as a music headphone, I think for the money, there are definitely better options. But that's all I have to say on those. They're both phenomenal gaming headphones. I don't think you'll be disappointed. All right, thanks a lot for having me on, Brian. Now to Andrew with headphones.com.
Thank you, Josh. My pick for this is going to be, for the high-end headphone option, is going to be the Sennheiser HD800S. And I know everybody's going to be like, oh yeah, the soundstage, the soundstage, the soundstage. It's pretty wide, sure, but my reasoning for the HD800S is not because of its soundstage, because I think there are actually people who find the HD100S's soundstage to be even a little bit too wide, so a little bit unnaturally wide. And my point here is that you can get used to any headphone soundstage and be competitive with that. But the reason I picked the HD100S for this is because it's very, very, very comfortable. It is extremely comfortable. And it's very detailed, yes, but the main point there is that you can wear that thing literally all day and you won't get any fatigue whatsoever. In addition, it also has a frequency response that lends itself particularly well to where you would need to hear, the footsteps and things like that. So that thing that's maybe a little bit more on the shrill side for music, or a little bit, dare I say, sibilant in certain areas, in certain genres, is going to actually be a benefit for something like competitive FPS. So that's why, for the high-end option, open back, of course, I picked the HD100S from Sennheiser. And my entry-level option is also going to be from Sennheiser. The HD560S is probably the perfect tuning and has all the strengths that I would want in this type of headphone. It's also open back, but the HD560S has a really nice natural presentation to the sense of space and distance. So it's a little bit wider than the HD6XX. It doesn't have the same 3 blob issue. And also it's a little bit forward there, starting anywhere from 4.5K up to around 6K, causing, again, a little bit of, sharpness for the, the S's, F's, and T's and things like that, which some people are going to find a little bit more fatiguing for music. But for, again, this application in particular, I think it works out really well. So for that reason, I would go with the Sennheiser HD560S. Now, there is also, of course, the issue of closed back versus open back, and I know a lot of folks are just looking for closed back options because they want to keep their, explosions to themselves, understandably. And for that, I'm going to recommend the Beyerdynamic DT700, the new one that just came out. Now, I could say DT770 as well. There are a number of different options there. But what I like about the DT700 is that while it's not the most detailed headphone, it does have some really fantastic dynamics going on. It's really punchy and impactful down low, and it also smoothed out some of the treble peaks, making it a little less V-shaped, a little closer to neutral. So it's a great headphone for both music and competitive applications. Now again, at its asking price, I think maybe it's a little bit steep there, and I think you can get better sound quality, or at least as good sound quality, for less money in something like the AKG K371, but then I think you're missing out a little bit on that sense of punch, plus it doesn't have as good isolation. So my pick there is, I'm recommending a Beyerdynamic DT700 for people who want that closed back, isolated kind of experience. Anyways, those are my picks. What do you think, Crin?
What the f? Hi, my name is CRINACLE, and I am a gamer. I don't think people know me as an elite esports athlete. Rather, people know me as an audiophile. So what are the best gaming headphones, you ask? Well, I've actually made a very, very nice and in-depth video on that already if you want to take a look. Wink. Wink. But if you're gonna ask me what is, the end game gaming headphone at least, I only have really one choice. So for those who don't know what this is the Sennheiser HD800S. And for those who do know what this is, pretend that this is an 800S. The Sennheiser HD800S is one of the best gaming headphones for a reason. The soundstage, it's the best out of any headphone, or it's the widest of any headphone. It is the most immersive headphones in terms of soundstage size, and interestingly enough, the tuning is also very specifically such that it amplifies a lot of footsteps and gunshot sounds. But should you spend $1,000+ on one? Well, unless you're like some big esports guy, probably not. So yeah, I get your complaints. It's too expensive. It's endgame, but it's too expensive. And of course, maybe someone say like, oh, I want a microphone for that. Well, I got you covered. Yes, we're going full Sennheiser today, boys. This is the Sennheiser PC38X. Easily one of the best like gaming headsets. Staging wise, it's not that great, but who cares? it has a mic. But oh, even that's too expensive for you. So what next? Well, if even that is too expensive for you, why not you just go down, buy a $10 lavalier mic, and then get you one of these up to $100. This is the end game. The Kia C75 is also known as the Etika headphones. Rest in peace. $20 and these will suit all your gaming needs and beyond. These are even great for music as well, which is not something that I would say for, let's say, the SHP 9500, but I digress. Okay, so now that I've said my piece, I'll now hand over my time to some small YouTuber by the name of Z Reviews. Never heard of him.
Thank you, CRINACLE. That was very enlightening, and I'm sure everyone has appreciated your take on all of this. Now, I am ZEOS Pantera here to wrap up this report before turning it back over to Brian. Gaming is important to people and children all over the world. And the one thing you need to know is that no matter what the hell headphone you're using, what I think is the most important thing is that you can wear it comfortably for hours, because I've gamed previously in my former life, and I can tell you without a doubt, I have never gotten better at games because I had better headphones. That's just, if you suck, you're gonna suck. And you might feel better about yourself with better headphones, but in all honesty, the Major League Gaming teams, the ones who get paid to do this, are all using shitty sponsored gaming headsets that are shitty. And if they can accomplish what they accomplish with that piece of crap on their head, then, you know, I don't think there's much science to it. Now, here's the thing. I think there's this other aspect of gaming, even FPS gaming, that no one is taking into account, and that's enjoying yourself while playing it. And if you're enjoying yourself while playing it, even if you lose, you win. And even if you win, then you win. So it's all a win. It's all a win. So what you need to do is pick a headphone you can afford that feels good to wear for hours, whether it's a Beyerdynamic, an Audix, a Sennheiser, these Koss, or great, whatever it is, whatever your headphone of choice is, and enjoy playing the game. Because this one is not going to get you more kills, and this one's not going to prevent you from getting, none of these will help you. Nothing will help you. Practice will help, but honestly, I just think you should have some fun. And no matter what headphone you pull off the wall, a game should be fun. And a game shouldn't drive you mad. And a game shouldn't make you watch this video. Why are you here? You don't need to win at Fortnite that bad. Jesus Christ. Oh, I'm sorry. Back to you, Brian.
Thank you, ZEOS. There you have it, a standout perspective from Z Reviews and astonishingly similar answers from almost everyone else. I really want to hear from you all in the comments on this one. How much difference do you think gear really makes in competitive FPS? And do you have a favorite gaming headphone or headset that you feel gives you an advantage? Let me know. I was pretty surprised by the answers on this one today. I do want to take another run at this video and ask all pro players what they use, why, and how much difference they really think the audio experience makes. Pretty sure the PC38X deal only runs through the 30th, so you will have to act fast if you want to take advantage of that discount. I'm also very happy to announce that the Discord is coming back. It is going to be a little different this time around though. Look out for a video on that very soon. So if you watch regularly, you likely know that this channel stays in business thanks to our very supportive sponsors and ad reads, just like this one. If you like the content but don't care much for the sponsor reads, all my videos are available completely ad-free over on Nebula. If you're not familiar, Nebula is an independent streaming platform built by me and a slew of other very talented creators like Cinema Wins, who looks at all the great things about the movies we love, Productivity Hacks from Thomas Frank, and Middle 8, which tells the stories behind some of the most popular music of our time. We created Nebula to be able to upload what we want, how we want to, outside the influence of the YouTube algorithm. You can find extended cuts, podcasts, even original exclusive content. And the best way to get access to Nebula is by signing up for CuriosityStream, who's sponsoring today's video. CuriosityStream is the world's leading documentary streaming platform with thousands of really high quality, high budget documentaries, and they're constantly adding new content. This week I just binged History by the Numbers, which are really snappy explainers loaded with fun facts about everything from Mount Everest to French fries to crime bosses. Those things are all related, right? And CuriosityStream loves to support independent creators, so they have a bundle deal with Nebula where you can get access to both Nebula and CuriosityStream for 26% off or $14.79 per year. That's not a monthly cost, that's per year, and you get access to the entire catalogs of both Nebula and CuriosityStream. If that sounds like a good deal to you, head over to curiositystream.com/badseedtech to get started. Big thanks to CuriosityStream for continuing to support the channel, and thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. Big thanks to everybody who helped me out with this video today. I will leave links down in the description to all their channels if you want to get to know anybody a little better. As always, any questions, hit me in the comments, and I will catch you all in the next one. Stay up.